To reach Middle and North Caicos, or Twin Island, you first need to arrive at Providenciales International Airport and then take a short ferry ride to North Caicos. We came prepared, having read Google Maps reviews and TripAdvisor discussions about the airport. Based on these reviews, we had a fairly accurate idea of what to expect upon arrival and departure. Our arrival was relatively smooth, taking only 35 to 40 minutes to clear immigration and customs. However, the departure experience was completely different. We departed on a Friday, which is reportedly better than the weekend. The airport was packed with long lines for security and the restrooms, poor air conditioning, very loud and unintelligible announcements, and a lack of food options. Additionally, there was a severe shortage of seating. Everything seemed to convey a clear message: go home and do not come back. We arrived at 1:30 p.m., cleared customs and immigration, and managed to catch the 3:30 ferry to North Caicos Island. While waiting for the ferry, we visited the nearby Caicos Conch Farm, the world's only conch farm. The farming process starts with collecting egg masses from the wild. In the hatchery, the eggs are hatched and metamorphosis occurs from larvae into post-larvae, at which point they become recognizable conchs. Finally, the conchs are placed into large pens cordoned off in the ocean. It takes 3 to 4 years for a conch to mature. Unfortunately, the farm was closed due to damage from hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. Some visitors mistakenly believe that the tasty conch salad and conch fritters they enjoy are made from locally grown and sustainable conch. But the reality is quite different. Conch is not like chicken or pork. The conch population is dwindling due to commercial and illegal overfishing. In 2024, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration Fisheries listed the queen conch as threatened under the Endangered Species Act. If at least tourists stopped consuming conch, it could significantly help save these disappearing mollusks. A 30-minute scenic ride takes you from Provo to Bellefield's Landing on North Caicos. On the way, we passed Blue Haven Marina, Mangrove Cay, and Dallas Cay, a 560-acre private island belonging to Ritz-Carlton developers. We also saw Iguana Island with its beautiful beaches and Parrot Cay, a 1,000-acre private island resort. The TCI ferry arrived at Bellefield Landing Dock, where there were the Hog Road Restaurant, a gift shop, and the TCI ferry office in a brand new build in 2022 Welcome Center building. Boat slips were commissioned in January 2024. In the 18th century, the Bellefield Landing and nearby Q area on North Caicos was the most important region for agriculture in the country. This tradition continues government and Isaac's farms these days. We rented a small SUV from Turquoise, and Kadra was very helpful and easy to deal with. The car was in great shape, and we paid $525 for a week. After a bit of paperwork, we were on our way to our Airbnb in Bottle Creek. We stopped at a liquor store to buy some decent domestic beer. If you drive around the plaza, you'll find a water store where you can fill up a 5-gallon bottle with water at a self-serve kiosk for $4. Water on the island is collected from rain and is not recommended for drinking. Our next stop was Dard's Grocery to stock up on essentials. Since it's an island, groceries are expensive and the selection is very limited. For example, a gallon of milk, $13, a dozen eggs, $6, a small can of tuna, $2, 1.5 liters of water, $4. 80 cents for 1 lemon. Most items, for some reason, do not have price tags. Our $200 a night Airbnb was located in the scenic and quiet settlement of Bottle Creek. The village is the largest settlement on North Caicos and has most of the larger shops and government offices on the island. It's also the location of the only ATM on North and Middle Caicos. The turquoise water and the opportunity to explore Bottle Creek Lagoon and nearby beaches using a 2-seater kayak provided by the host attracted us. On the first day, we managed to explore the south end of East Bay Cay, part of East Bay Islands National Park. On our way back, we realized that the kayak was leaking. We tried to fix it with duct tape and Play-Doh and even stopped every 200 meters to turn it upside down and drain the water, but nothing worked. We attempted to explore nearby Cays and do some fishing, but eventually gave up when the kayak took on enough water to become a submarine. We decided to explore North Caicos and started with Three Marys Cays. The bumpy road that leads to Three Marys Cays was not in the best condition, so we drove slowly and it took us 30 minutes to get there. Before we arrived at Three Marys Cays, we stopped at Mudjin Pond to see flamingos but did not spot any. Three Marys Cays is a beautiful area and a must-visit place on the Twin Islands. It features a deserted beach with a stunning view of the Three Cays. Three Marys Cays are protected as a nature sanctuary, and it is a criminal offense to remove anything, litter, or otherwise damage the cays, which is a good thing. The water was calm and warm, but snorkeling was not particularly good. We spent a few hours swimming, walking, and sunbathing. There was nobody else around, which is a good thing. The next place we visited was Sandy Point. According to visittci.com, you can drive from Three Marys Cays to Sandy Point on a newly resurfaced, unpaved road. However, we were unaware of this and drove back to Whitby, taking a main road to Sandy Point Marina. Sandy Point is one of 4 small settlements on North Caicos. A few years ago, it was a bustling hub when the ferry from Provo arrived, with rental car vendors meeting tourists and multiple cars parked everywhere. It is very different now. The Parrot Cay Channel has been filling in with sand over the past decade, which is why the Providenciales North Caicos ferry no longer arrives at Sandy Point Marina. It now arrives at Bellefield Landing. Sandy Point is set to be the future home of the Sandy Point Resort, SPR, and Marina, which will feature a beachfront restaurant and beach club overlooking Parrot Cay, a 75-room hotel, and 32 villas priced between $1,140,000 and $3,050,000. According to their website, this visionary project aims to be at the forefront of development on North Caicos in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Located just 100 meters away across shallow water is Parrot Cay, home to the 5-star Como Parrot Cay Resort, which has become very popular with celebrities. Actor Bruce Willis and his wife previously owned a $27 million property here. Even though the channel between Parrot Cay and Sandy Point looks very peaceful and attractive, be careful if you decide to swim here. In October 2020, a newlywed couple from NYC drowned here after being overcome by strong riptides, just 4 days after their marriage. Close to the marina is one of the best beaches on Twin Islands, Sandy Point Beach. This 3.2-kilometer-long stretch of mostly empty beach boasts beautiful white sand and calm blue waters. We parked next to the abandoned Royal Reef condo project, which was planned to include 139 residential units and a 90-room hotel with a spa, with prices ranging from $255,000 to $7.5 million in 2005. The project was only partially completed when work stopped abruptly in 2007 due to poor pre-sales and the financial crisis of 2008. In 2010, a Canadian developer purchased the project and attempted to resume construction, but these efforts were unsuccessful. In 2018, a Chinese investor tried to revive the project, but it remains incomplete. If you are a visionary investor with $49 million to spare, you could potentially complete this project. However, rumors suggest that it may have been sold again, so it might be best to simply enjoy the beautiful beach. On our way home from Sandy Point, we stopped at Cottage Pond is a 150-foot, 45 meters diameter, and 250-foot, 76 meters deep, naturally formed submerged sinkhole. In October 2001, divers John Garvin, Mark Parrish, and James Hurley explored Cottage Pond. After extensive preparation and overcoming equipment issues, they successfully reached a depth of 255 feet, mapping the sinkhole and studying its unique freshwater and saltwater layers. Their successful dive marked the culmination of a 2-year effort, revealing new insights and potential links to the sea. A short drive away from Cottage Pond, we stopped at Flamingo Pond. Although we did not see any flamingos that day, there are multiple online reports from tourists who have observed hundreds of them. Be sure to bring binoculars with you. 10 minutes drive from Flamingo Point is Clifford Gardiner International Airport. The airport currently does not resemble a functional international airport. However, a contract has been signed with DNA Workshop, and preliminary work has begun to design and provide construction management for Clifford Gardiner International Airport on North Caicos. This project represents an investment of $23 million. It aims to modernize the airport, upgrade the runway, boost local growth, and create new opportunities for tourism and economic development. We did not notice any activity when we stopped here. On the next day, we continued exploring North Caicos beaches and went to explore Whitby Beach. It is one of the nicest beaches on North Caicos. We parked by the Whitby Community Center, walked to the pier, and spoke with local residents who were trying to catch bait fish from the pier. This 5.6-kilometer beach is considered to be one of the busiest on the island, but we did not see any other people. After we visited Whitby Beach, we decided to drive further east on an unpaved sandy road that leads to the channel separating North Caicos from Bay Cay. From this road, you can also access Horse Stable Beach at several locations along the way. North Mouth Creek Beach access is located at the end of this road. This remote and deserted area, with its beautiful sights, would be an excellent place to explore with kayaks, which we did not have. There used to be a crab farm on Greenwich Creek that grew Caribbean king crab from eggs to adults. It operated for a few years before shutting down. Pumpkin Bluff is a mostly uninhabited region, located on the central north coast of North Caicos, not far from Whitby, and can be visited on your way to Three Mary's Cays. A few rental villas are situated along the coast, representing the only development in this area. Although centrally located, Pumpkin Bluff Beach is secluded, easily missed, and tends to see very few visitors. It is an excellent, secluded beach, ideal for a long, solitary walk or a swim, out past the turtle grass to the coral heads for snorkeling. These are untended beaches, so occasionally the seaweed can be a bit much. However, the powdery white sand makes it worthwhile. The Prospect of Whitby, a small abandoned hotel with 25 rooms, was named after a famous British pub and opened by Peter Prouting in 1974. It is located on the eastern edge of Pumpkin Bluff Beach. As the first hotel built on North Caicos, it featured a saltwater pool, a tennis court, and a dive shop. Unfortunately, the hotel has since fallen into disrepair and has gradually been overtaken by dense vegetation. The land, now a jungle with remnants of the Prospect of Whitby, is up for sale. So, if you're feeling adventurous and have a taste for reclamation projects, you might want to give a local real estate agent a call. We split our vacation between two islands, North and Middle Caicos. When the first half of our vacation was over, we quickly packed up and drove to a new rental located near Bambarra Beach. Traveling between the two islands is very easy due to the Causeway. Before its construction, passage between North and Middle Caicos was by small boat. The Causeway, built in 2007, was heavily damaged in 2008 by Hurricane Hannah, which washed away the asphalt paving in sheets and reduced the width to a single rough track. The Causeway has since been fully repaired. The first phase of the repairs was completed in August 2013, and the second, more recent phase commenced on May 18, 2015. The total cost of rebuilding both phases was just over $5 million. Pine Barrel Boat Landing, located at the end of the Causeway on Middle Caicos, is a great place to explore the mangroves by kayak. However, arrangements must be made with local operators as there are no facilities here. If you stay at Bottle Creek Lodge, they can drop you off at the landing so you can paddle back through the mangroves and cays, returning to the lodge with the prevailing wind. The Crossing Place Trail is a historic path that once linked the communities of Middle Caicos and North Caicos. Starting from the village of Lorimers on the eastern edge of Middle Caicos, the trail meanders westward through various plantations and settlements before reaching Crossing Place Point. At this point, travelers could wade across to North Caicos during low tide. We parked on the main road between Pine Barrel Boat Landing and Dragon Cay Resort entrance and started walking on the overgrown trail towards the ocean. Very soon, we realized that the summer heat was not ideal for hiking under the unforgiving sun. We managed to reach the beautiful, rugged shoreline, took pictures and videos, and decided to return when the temperature was more comfortable for exploring. On our way back, we discovered a beautiful local wild orchid. Encyclia caycensis, which we had missed the first time. Endemic to the Caicos Islands, it is found nowhere else on Earth. Mudjin Harbor is a must-visit destination on Middle Caicos for nature lovers and those seeking a serene retreat amidst some of the most stunning scenery you'll ever encounter. This 3-mile, 4.8 kilometers stretch is renowned for its breathtaking views, featuring turquoise waters, rugged cliffs, and lush vegetation. It offers some of the most picturesque landscapes in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Due to its short driving distance from Bottle Creek, we visited Mudjin Harbor frequently. The main access to Mudjin Harbor Beach is located within the Dragon Cay Resort. A small parking area is available, and a 500-foot, 150 meters, concrete walking path leads down to the beach. Due to ocean swells, the beach is not ideal for swimming or snorkeling. However, between January and April, you can spot humpback whales in the area. During this migration season, you're likely to see several whale calves swimming with their mothers as they migrate from the cold waters of the North Atlantic to the warmer waters of the Caribbean. Near Mudjin Bar and Grill, you'll notice a path leading up toward the cliffs. Following this path will reward you with stunning views of Mudjin Harbor. From there, you can find a staircase that descends to Secret Beach. The entrance to Secret Beach is somewhat hidden and is accessed via a winding staircase that can be a bit dark and low-ceilinged. The accessibility of the entrance may vary with the tide, but the cave and its surroundings are beautifully enchanting. Indian Cave is easily found near the main road, close to the entrance of Dragon Cay Resort. The cave is inhabited by bats and mosquitoes. Indian Cave is quite impressive, featuring a large cavern with multiple sizable skylights in the ceiling. Archaeological excavations have uncovered skeletons of extinct animals, including a giant iguana, a tortoise unique to the Turks and Caicos, and various birds such as owls and hawks. Additionally, many native plants, including papaya trees and short-leaved fig trees, grow around this formation. Evidence suggests that Indian Cave was used by humans during pre-Columbian times, primarily as a shelter during storms. Just a 5-minute drive from Indian Cave, Conch Bar Caves is another notable island attraction. This cave system is the largest limestone cave system in the Turks and Caicos and has an entrance fee of $30 for a short, guided tour. In my opinion, the fee is quite high, especially for families, and the tour offers limited entertainment and educational value. The cave system is named after the nearby village of Conch Bar and is home to 4 species of bats. In the 1880s, the Conch Bar Caves were mined for bat guano, an excellent fertilizer that was exported for use on sugarcane plantations. Mining continued for 10 years until the guano supply was exhausted. On our drive to Conch Bar Caves, we passed by Middle Caicos Airport. The airport is currently closed, but we stopped on the runway to snap some photos. The terminal building was recently renovated, and the runway has been cleaned up. Eric Arthur Airport on Middle Caicos has been out of operation for several years. Previously, it served scheduled domestic flights to both North and Middle Caicos. However, with the introduction of a passenger ferry service from Providenciales and the construction of the Causeway, demand for flights decreased significantly, making it unfeasible for local airlines to maintain regular flight routes to these islands. Conch Bar is the largest settlement on Middle Caicos, with a population of approximately 100 residents. The village features a school and several churches. Conch Bar Beach is not reef protected, which means it experiences more waves, deeper water, and increased flotsam and debris on the shore. Swimming and snorkeling conditions at Conch Bar Beach are highly dependent on the surf. Online reports indicate that snorkeling can be quite enjoyable when the water is calm, but during periods of ocean swell, large waves can break close to the shore. We did not swim here, we just made a quick stop to take some pictures. Plantico Point is located between Conch Bar and Bambarra Beach on Middle Caicos. Here, you can find the ruins of Nongatown Landing, including a rusty crane, barge, tanks, and containers left behind and now buried in sand from a failed attempt to build a cargo port on Middle Caicos. Snorkeling is reported to be quite good in calm weather. It's a great beach with excellent swimming when the seas are low. We saw people fishing from the shore, so it must be good for that. The bottom is mostly sandy, but features a lot of mustard coral heads. Approximately 1.5 kilometers, 1 mile, west of Bambarra Beach, we discovered a Canadian navigation buoy nearly buried in sand. It was originally from between Montreal and the Saguenay River in Quebec, 2,500 kilometers from Turks and Caicos, and was lost in the fall of 1989 due to a Coast Guard strike that prevented the retrieval of summer buoys before winter. Moving ice damaged the mooring systems, causing some buoys to drift as far as Ireland and the Bahamas. Southwest, approximately 1 kilometer, 0.6 miles, from Bambarra Beach, is a small but very deep pond situated in a hollow surrounded by thick woodland. It is abundant with wildlife and looks quite similar to Cottage Pond on the surface. However, a collapse has blocked much of the deeper portion of the hole. Accessing this place is not easy due to a rough road and the need to walk through prickly bushes, but the location is enchanting and charming. We spent a week in Bambarra, one of the 3 settlements on Middle Caicos. The settlement's African origin name suggests it was linked to newly freed Africans from a shipwreck. The area has no shops, restaurants, or gas stations. Bambarra Beach is known for its powdery white sand and crystal clear shallow turquoise waters, which are perfect for children. It is arguably the busiest and most popular beach on the Twin Islands, with up to 20 people sometimes present at once, most of whom come from Provo for a day trip. The beach offers a serene spot for swimming or relaxing, with plenty of shade from tall casuarina trees. There is also a small place that serves drinks and food. During our visit, we saw large nurse sharks, lemon sharks, and turtles. Bambarra Beach has earned the number 2 spot in USA Today's 2024 Reader's Choice Contest for the best beach in the Caribbean. Pelican Cay, located almost half a mile, 0.75 kilometers, from Bambarra Beach, this small island can be reached at low tide. Just be careful to check the tides and pick good weather. You do not want to be caught in high water and have to swim back, as it could be dangerous despite its peaceful appearance. 3 U.S. tourists died in August 2019 while attempting to wade the half-mile distance through shallow water from Bambarra Beach to nearby Pelican Cay when they were swept away by a fast-moving tide. When we went there, we saw a large lemon or nurse shark and lots of birds. Snorkeling is quite good here. Make sure you have your snorkeling gear with you and be careful not to damage the coral reef. Lorimers is one of 3 main settlements on Middle Caicos. Today, it is almost abandoned and resembles a ghost town. The village is named after the British military doctor and plantation owner John Lorimer, who established the historical Haulover Plantation. Upon his death, his will stated that his slaves were freed, and they named the village after him. There is a small dock home to a few fishing boats and an excellent kayak or paddleboard launching area. It is also where the paved road ends. Located a 10-minute drive on an unpaved and dusty road from Lorimers, Haulover Plantation was founded by British military doctor John Lorimer. This plantation mainly produced cotton, although sisal was also produced on a smaller scale. After John Lorimer died in 1810, Wade Stubbs purchased the plantation. By the time of Wade's death in 1822, he was the largest of the plantation owners. It seems that this site has not been maintained, and Mother Nature has been working hard to return it to its origins. We did not risk our safety to walk through the bushy vegetation, to explore the ruins, or climb the barely standing observation tower. We continued driving north on the so-called Wild Cow Road and stopped at Haulover Pond. However, there was no information available, but by the looks of it, it seems that salt was produced here before. After a short stop, we continued driving and turned left at the intersection, making our way to the end of the road, where we found the ruins of a home with a concrete water tank and a not very attractive beach. We made a U-turn and drove to see the progress of the Caicos 71 development project located nearby. Located very close to the Caicos 71 project, or rather, the Caicos 71 project is situated next to Haulover Point. The Haulover beaches are not ideal for swimming or snorkeling. However, according to the Visit TCI website, they are excellent for general exploring and flotsam beachcombing. It was true. We found an interesting floating object we had never seen before. It was a satellite buoy specially designed to locate and track poor tuna. With a solar panel and maintenance-free operation, it scans the ocean for tuna and sends signals to satellites, helping fishermen reduce the time spent at sea and, therefore, the cost of catching tuna. This buoy was probably used with a fish aggregating device, FAD, which is a man-made, usually floating wooden structure with hanging nets that attract fish. The widespread use of FADs in tuna fisheries has become a major conservation concern due to numerous negative ecological impacts. From Haulover Point, we drove 500 meters, made a left turn, and drove another 400 meters until we could go no further due to soft sand. We parked our car and walked to two rocks, located in shallow water, close to the shore. The beach here is covered with ocean debris and grass and is not particularly remarkable. From there, we walked 200 meters south along the sandy beach to a hill that resembles a cow's head from above. When we climbed to the top of the hill, we saw huge barracuda and lemon sharks swimming just offshore. The view was truly worth the climb. While it may not be as attractive as Dragon Cay, it has its own rough charm. If you look at a satellite map of Middle Caicos, you will see faded lines of different land parcels, some of which are available for sale, including beachfront lots. For some reason, people do not rush to build houses here, probably due to the remoteness of the area. We only found one recently built home near Cedar Point. It's a very remote and peaceful location, shaded by a thick casuarina forest that provides ample and welcome shade, quiet and perfect for spending a relaxing day. We drove almost all the way and parked before the four-wheel drive only sign, then walked to the beach. This area is called Cedar Point Beach and is considered to be a part of Wild Cow Beach. The terrain near Cedar Point is quite beautiful and unique. We walked south and discovered the remains of a catamaran, then continued to the eastern end of the beach, where a channel divides Middle Caicos from Dickish Cay, a highly scenic and uninhabited island. The channels and shallows in the area are relatively shallow, making it possible to wade across. However, be aware that tiger sharks and lemon sharks are known to frequent these waters, so exercise caution regarding tidal currents and wind. Snorkeling in the channel close to the rocks is pretty good. This is our favorite part of the island. Unfortunately, due to its remoteness and rough roads, we couldn't visit every day. If you're adventurous enough to navigate through Providenciales Airport, you'll be rewarded with the stunning beauty and tranquility of these islands. The Twin Islands offer miles of pristine, uncrowded beaches and breathtaking scenery, an ideal setting to unwind and relax. However, be prepared for higher costs. If you enjoy DIY travel, making your own bed, cooking your own meals, and entertaining yourself, this could be the perfect getaway for you. Just keep in mind that rental rates for accommodations and cars, as well as grocery prices, can be steep. You may encounter unresponsive vendors who might ignore your inquiries, but just take a deep breath. This is normal. Thank you for watching. Please check out our other travel videos.